Before I get into more of my pre-show notes, does anybody here have, those of you who've seen the show before, anybody have any disagreements? Maybe you've been on the show before, you've heard a clip from Andrew, you've heard a clip from me. Any disagreements?
I disagree with the bow.
The bow thing? Okay.
The what?
The bow.
Why?
Oh, the bow.
It just seems so demeaning for her.
You said you're married, right?
Yeah.
Did your husband get down on one knee when he proposed to you?
No.
Dang, that's
Did he
true.
spend thousands of dollars on a wedding ring?
No.
Did he buy a wedding ring?
Yes, he did.
Did he propose to you?
Yes.
He didn't get down on one knee, though.
No.
How do you do
Okay.
it?
Would you say that's the expectation on most women? Or, excuse me, from most women to most men?
Possibly.
Okay. So you said it's, what was the term you used?
The bow?
The bow, yeah.
She said demeaning.
Demeaning. Why is it demeaning?
Just because the video that you show, it seems very rude. Like he kicks his shoes off and she has to go chase them and then bow, and then he throws his jacket. I'm like, I'd rather, like, I'm willing to take care of your shoes and your.
skit. You know it's a skit,
I know,
right?
I know,
Okay,
but the video itself seems very demeaning for her.
Okay, let me just grant that to you, but do you think that that's really the conduct that I'm suggesting is...
Maybe a little.
Okay, so...
I think it's a power
If I'm
play.
just desirous of a bow, which is pretty much what I'm trying to communicate, when I
just
show that
one bow?
video... Here, why don't we show the bow for context? So the other panelists know what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Boom, huge. Comes home, penthouse apartment. You know, this problem. Is this? Where is this? Rents are very expensive in some of these places. Look, attentive. Dinner's ready. Slipping and sliding all over those hardwood floors. Beer ready to go. Noodles mixed. Boom. Look at that technique.
Look at that.
Excellent.
She got it down.
Top tier. One more time. Let's see the bow. This is all I want. Boom.
Just that
huge.
first
That other
bow.
shit
Well, I was gonna say
is
in,
good
in
too. But
I don't want to say specific culture, but in certain cultures that's still happening today, and but it's because the man is holding it down in a way that it's like they're showing
really.
mad respect. Yeah,
It's
actually, it
happening
was
that
just
way in other cultures because that's a sign of differentiating between who you consider your superior or not. So in Asian cultures, they bow to their bosses. They bow to people who have a higher
Grid One
social station than they
Motorsports
do.
donated $200.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
off
Yeah,
early
thank you, Grid
tonight. Lots to do and need sleep.
Thank you, Grid One.
Ladies, a bow is a sign of respect and of service. Do you intend to not respect, submit, or be of service to your husband? Seems feminist.
Well,
super feminist.
so what I was gonna tell her is,
Thank you, Grid.
you said that
Thank you for
it's,
tuning in, Grid One. Appreciate it. Or
deme-
stick around for
what
the
is that word
next
that you
5
said?
hours.
Demeaning.
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 But just the video. The
video was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I think Anthony.
Why was the video ridiculous?
Anthony? His name is Anthony.
Didn't seem ridiculous.
I didn't say
Seemed awesome.
ridiculous.
She was smiling. She was happy in the video.
Yeah, she also.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did she have to get off her
Speak up-
fucking lazy
speak up a
ass
little
for
bit.
5 minutes and go over and mix his fucking noodles after she bowed? What a terrible, terrible time. And she looked so abused, beaten. Oh, this poor, demeaned woman. She had to go over and pick up this guy's jacket after he'd worked all day in his socks and then go mix his noodles, and he didn't even care. He wasn't even submissive to her. He didn't even give her the customary smack on the ass on the way in the door. I don't know what the hell is
Exactly. You
wrong
need
with
the
him, this
smack on the
psychopath.
ass.
Andrew, would you be okay with your wife bowing to you, or does
You're
she?
damn right. Yeah, sure.
Does she do it?
No, but I mean, a curtsy's nice every now and again.
Well, what does she do that shows like the same honor and respect? Like, what's equivalent to that your wife does or wish she did?
As far as respect,
Yeah, I mean,
so
like,
my wife foresees my needs before I foresee my needs. She knows what I want to eat before I even know what I want to eat. She knows what it is that I want before I know what it is that I want. She foresees all of my needs.
yeah.
In exchange for that, I take care of literally everything in her life. Doesn't matter what it is. right? I take care of it. But she takes her job seriously. Same thing with my children. She foresees all of their needs before they foresee what their own needs are. And that's a good wife.
Amen.
Yep.
So wait, what? Going back to the whole bow thing, for you, you've not really had a chance to actually make your case. How's it demeaning?
Well, just the video. I feel like it says something that you chose that specific video.
What does it say?
Well, it implies that, like, I feel like he goes out of his way to kick his shoes off at her, to throw his shirt down on the bed instead of just hanging it up or throwing it in the laundry. You're throwing it anyways. Why don't you throw it somewhere else?
I mean, look, that is what is in the video, but the video is also a bit satirical, and I think a bit. They're doing a bit. In any case, I don't really, in terms of what I've articulated multiple times on the show, I don't prescriptively advise men to like throw their shoes around, throw their shirt around, et cetera, et cetera. So what I have said on the show is that, yeah, it would be attractive and dope and cool if a girl bowed. So if you want to straw man the video as if that is my actual position, instead of just using it as an example. For example, I'm trying to think. I don't eat noodles. Does that mean that because, like, I don't eat noodles, but because it's in the video, then I must have noodles?
Yeah.
Does everything that's in the video need to necessarily apply for me to use a video as an example of, generally speaking, what I'm desirous of? I don't drink beer either. So I would not require a woman to open a beer for me.
Speaking of which,
There you go. There it goes.
At least it's a Miller.
So now that we've established that,
You don't follow with the video all the way, just the beginning.
well, you said you object to the bow. Now you're shifting the goalpost
Well-
to all the conduct in the video.
I meant the video
So now that I've
itself.
already essentially disavowed what in my view is actually they're doing a bit, they're joking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that, I'm assuming this was staged to some degree. So if my desire is simply the bow which is observed, and I make no statements as to how I'm going to conduct myself, I'm just using that video as an example of desiring the action that she takes, which is the bow. So now we can have a precise conversation about that. How is that demeaning?
Well, I don't think a bow in and of
But
itself
that's what
is demeaning.
you said. The bowing is
in
demeaning
the video.
and then you shifted it to all the things the man was doing was demeaning.
Well, yeah, that's how demeaning works. Okay, fine. I retract what I said. If you want your woman to bow to you,
So you have no objections to bowing.
no, I'm submissive to my husband. I don't personally bow 'cause that's weird in my eyes.
Would you if he asked you to, though?
I probably would in a joking manner, yes.
I feel like in a serious manner, like he's like,
Yeah.
I want you to
I don't
honor.
think he would seriously ask me to do that.
Wait, so there's no objections to the for the woman bowing?
No.
Well, why didn't you state that instead of say, I object to the bow thing, but then you actually object to the conduct of the man in the satirical bowing video, which is like a TikTok bit?
That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Well, because I asked if you had any disagreements.
Yeah, and I said with the way that
Right, but I've
he
never
acts.
I've never prescriptively said to men, by the way, when you're greeting your girlfriend, just toss your shoes at her, go into your bedroom, toss your shirt in there, and I think that's what you object to.
Yeah.
Okay. So have I ever advised on this podcast that men ought to demean his
No.
girlfriend? Okay, but that's your objection.
My objection-
The demeaning nature of the man, but the point of the video is showing the desirous behavior of the woman.
I just think it's funny that you always show that one video, and it's like such a demeaning video. But I get what you're saying.
I don't see how the video is demeaning either.
It just seems.
So I understand.
rude to
So
be throwing
Brian's
your
point is
stuff
just to
around.
say that if you agree with him that he enjoys the bow, but maybe not all aspects of the video, you don't
Yeah.
actually have an objection to him just wanting to have a woman bow to him, right?
No.
Yeah, so, okay, so then your objection would be more towards me because I don't see anything demeaning in the video at all, and I think it's perfectly acceptable. If he walks in, kicks his shoes all over the fucking floor, throws his jacket on the ground, she picks it up. I don't give a shit. That's her duty. That's her job. I don't see that as being demeaning at all. Any more than it's demeaning for me to crawl on the ground underneath a machine covered in pig guts all the way up to my hips so I can fix a machine so that you can afford the fucking noodles that you get to sit at home and make for me. So I don't see it as demeaning. Now, can you tell me why you think that it's demeaning?
Well, just imagine if it was your boss who poured the pig shit all over the place that you had to crawl under. Would you have appreciated it more if he hadn't poured the pig shit all over the place before you had to crawl under there?
So your job is your job. What if you were paid? So the thing is that I can't tell you how many times there was employees who maybe fucked something up, who were around any number of these different factories. You have to crawl through waist deep in blood in order to clean or service a machine or fix a robot or whatever. Okay, that's part of your job. You know what my boss didn't want to hear? He didn't want to hear no fucking bitching. He didn't want to hear, oh, that guy really shouldn't have done that, Paul. That guy really shouldn't have done that. He would have said, I don't give a shit. Wilson, get your ass back on the floor. What are you doing in here bothering me with this shit? That's what he would have said. Right? So I don't think your husband cares that much. I mean, if he comes home and he kicks his shoes on the ground, you got to pick him up. It's kind of a woe is me thing, right? Like, it seems like crying over spilt milk a little bit.
Yeah, but that's the whole point in life.
Is to cry over spilt milk?
Well, it's to bring up the little things.
That's like the most annoying trait a female can have on planet Earth, is to bring up a bunch of just minute nitpicks about her man. If your husband spent all day bringing up minute nitpicks about you, you would be so annoyed that you couldn't see straight. He just doesn't. Most men don't. They just don't bring up all the nitpicks they have about women, of which there's always many. Here's a good one, right? And I promise that you likely do this. Your husband's in the middle of doing something super important, and you start bothering him with what I call tangential woman prattle. Something that is actually not important, but you think it's important. And since you think it's important, it needs to be talked about, even though it's not actually important. That's never happened. Go ahead, lie to me.
I've never done that.
Nah, yeah, you've never done that. Your poor husband's sitting at home right now. He's kicked back in his recliner. He's watching this. And he's like, yes, you fucking have, but maybe I'm wrong.
He's probably
Maybe you're the
playing Elden
one.
Ring
Maybe
right
you're the
now,
one
actually.
who's never done that.
I've never done that.
Never done that.
No.
But what are the traits that you have that are annoying? Do you have any? Or are you just perfect?
Yeah, I get irrationally angry at least once a month.
Oh, period joke. Haha, that was really super funny. So, if you were going to take the actual question serious, though.
That was a serious
What are,
answer.
yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. You're rational once a month. But
Mine
other than
wasn't
that,
referencing to my
other
period,
than
but thanks
your
for
biology,
pointing
you
it
have
out.
zero annoying habits. You don't do anything which is annoying. Nothing.
I'm sure I
Nothing like
do,
that.
but I'm sure he doesn't notice because he has ADHD and half
No,
the time
no, he
doesn't
notices.
care.
He just doesn't bring it up. See, we notice. We just don't bring it up because it's not important, so we don't give a shit.
There you
It's just
go.
not important. It's a minute detail.
And I'm
You know
sure
what I
the
mean?
girl in the video, if it was a real scenario, which I highly doubt she said anything either because that would be her life.
You know what I do that's really annoying? I'm going to tell you something that I do that's super annoying. My wife doesn't ever bring it up, though, okay? So I like to have my plate of food brought to me where nothing's touching. But then I mix it all together myself, and then I eat it. Okay, I don't know why I do that. I just like to do it. But if you bring it to me and anything's touching, I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want nothing touching. I want you to bring me the plate of food, and then I grab the bacon and throw it in the eggs, and then I mix all that shit up, right? That's me. I'm sure that that's super annoying. She doesn't say a word about it. Okay, now, I'm sure she does all sorts of annoying things too. I'm not going to bring any of those up because who gives a shit ultimately, right? Who cares? You got to pick up the shoes. Big whoop. Who cares?